This one is object.entries, but it's the implementation in TypeScript's type system. It's not so terrible.
Yeah, this one is great. Cool.
So let's just take a look. We can look at the tests and they'll help us understand what the problem is. So basically we have this interface. It's called model. It has name, age, locations. Locations is a union of string, array, or null. Okay, fine. And what we're going to get out is a union of all of the different things inside of that interface, where the first thing each element is a tuple, and the first thing in that tuple is the key, and the second thing in the tuple is the value at that key. So that's how this is like how object.entries works. And we have a bunch of tests here. We'll see if we fail any, how they look, but I think we can jump in. Where would you start with something like this?
Oh yeah, so we're looping through an object, pretty classic. I'm gonna do the standard p in key of t, and then say t of p. So this is just the identity operation for objects.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna say, so t of p is gonna be the value.
Good place to start.
P is gonna be the key. So I'm just going to say p of p. Now I'm going to actually pause. So when I'm doing this in practice, I like look at what I'm doing.
Yeah, we have them. So you can look up here. Like look at hover over A1.
So yeah, we're very close now. All we need to do is convert these object values into a union of their values, which is pretty simple. I'm gonna make I like utility types. So
please, yeah, let's do it.
Value of this is going to be t, and this is very simple. You use this all the time. Key of t, and then I'm going to wrap all of this in value of, and we can do whatever sort of syntax we want.
Great. Almost all of the tests pass.
Pass all the tests. Yeah.
Well, not all of them.
Yeah, not all of them. So we can look at what's failing.
So what's failing is this one, A2, object entries, A2.
Partial. Okay, so A2, we have or undefined for all of them, but what we expect it to be is not undefined. So we're filtering out.
Really, A3 is probably the best. Like if you hover over A3.
Yeah, key undefined or undefined, key undefined. Okay, so I think we're excluding undefined. So we can try this for now. Just exclude undefined. So
we're getting closer.
A lot of them.
We passed C3. Now we still have the A2 one to worry about.
Which I think is very, very, very simple. I think we're just doing the same exclude undefined operation for the values, which I almost disagree with if you were making this type in practice.
Right. No, that's what A3 and A3 and A4, or rather C3 and C4, those tests also cover this exactly what you're going to say, which is that there is a difference between the key being present and the value is undefined and the key not being present. So
interesting.
We have to contend with this case.
All right. Okay. So let me see. So I think I'm going to continue. Okay, yeah, I'm going to continue with this exclude TFP undefined. And then I'm just going to check if this is a nice trick I do.
Yeah, I love it.
Which is we're doing kind of the opposite check you would normally do. We're checking if undefined extends T, which is slightly different than T extends undefined, but that doesn't work either. I'm just going to try to do
please.
The other way.
See what happens.
Yeah, the other way doesn't work either.
It gives never.
So it's just never.
Do you have the cases flipped by any chance?
I might have the cases flipped. I can try never. No. Let's go through the logic here. So A3 is key never right now.
Yep.
But we want it to be key of undefined. So if I just let's see what.
Oh, T. Okay, what is T? T is the object.
It needs to be the value. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And this is going to be T of P as well. That fixes that case. It's kind of whack-a-mole.
I think you need. Do you need value?
There's a null now.
Well. Yes, because for the partial one, the values are all also saying undefined when we want it to be the same. Okay, so this is a quirk. This is not your fault. I think this is a quirk of the implementation. We're kind of ignoring partial anything partial. I wonder if that means we can just wrap required in different places. Like, can you mind if I like?
Oh yeah, I'm totally down to wrap required in different places.
Let's just keep throwing things at this and see what we can get to pass, and then we can come back and try to.
Wrapping. So I think the much simpler implementation could be. No, it doesn't pass yet. Let me look deeply.
Oh, because I have a syntax error. Wait. Maybe it does. No, it doesn't. The partial still fails, and let's see how it fails. Yeah, required. Oh. Because I wrapped it around the values. Okay. Required T, it needs to be like that.
Okay. But now we don't pass A3, interestingly.
Because it's never. So
here, I'm going to simplify this
please.
Quite a bit. I'm going to say just P and then exclude. No, that doesn't work either. So my thinking was, go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say like I wouldn't mind. We're like far afield in a cool way, but could I just show you one of the?
Yeah, let's look at one of the solutions.
Yeah, let's look at the solution. So so this one I thought was let's keep what we had here because I think we're gonna reference it. This one, okay, so let's take it piece by piece. So key of T extends, and then we're inferring P from like a particular value of T.
Okay.
P, and then we're going to do the reverse check. So we're basically saying like, does key of T extend P? Does P extend key of T? So we're going to return never in both of those cases, and that helps us handle the case where there's like the union involved. And then we have our thing. So P is simple enough because that's a particular value of a key of T. And then required, there's the required wrapping that we were doing. So maybe we were doing, maybe exclude was we added exclude a little too early. We could have said perhaps required, let's grab this.
Yeah. One interesting thing is that this solution we're looking at does not use object mapping.
Doesn't use object mapping. Yes. Look, so this passes now.
Oh yeah. Great.
So we were very close. It's just that we can't have we can't use exclude because exclude doesn't give you more parameters to control these things. So
yeah, so there's a fundamental issue with TypeScript. If a object is exclusively full of partial objects, there's a little bit of an edge condition you have sometimes when you're dealing with this stuff. So require T of P extends never is basically asking, are all of the objects or all of the attributes optional? I think maybe it's a little confusing.
I agree because we're going to look through individual values hopefully by that point. So that's one. There's another one that I found that I thought was really cool. Here it is. Let's look, and we need to. I guess now we can delete our implementation, and I saved it, so it'll be there in the code if you want to look on GitHub to see the code. It's all there. So this one is using that storage that we've talked about a couple times, and we're kind of passing values in that way. We're saying this K, which is the kind of particular values of R, extend key of R. So this is very similar to what we had before, where we're kind of checking it both directions. And then we're saying, does this value extend undefined? Give us undefined. Otherwise, give us the value. And like you said, this is also not using object mapping. It's using the mapped, or it's called conditional distribution, distributive types. So very interesting. And this one, here we go. Take a look at this. Remove undefined. So we're taking out, this is like required. This is like the implementation of required is like built into this example. If you look at the type for required, it's very similar to this. And then we're saying K, K here in this case is the key. So I should probably name it P to stay consistent with how we do things. So then we're removing undefined from any one of these particular things. And we're doing that with the distributive busting check, just like we do with is never checks. So maybe actually it would have worked before if we had done this. And then we have our exclude. So we were really close.
This is my favorite solution thus far.
It's a pretty clever one. I wish I didn't write down who.
Like clever is, I don't value clever. that seemed readable to me. I could look at it and I could understand it.
Totally.
Which I think is
this one fails the hardest test, which I would say is C3, but it's close. I think maybe we can break it, or we can fix it like this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure how we would change this one to fix it, which is bad because I shouldn't show it otherwise. That's the whole purpose of showing these. But yeah, maybe if you can see in the comments below, if you can see how to fix this, let us know. This is close for sure because it passes all the other ones, but it doesn't pass the case where we have to handle undefined. Cool. All right, let's keep moving then. Stones unturned. Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.